The brand Left Field NYC is a brand that comes up oftentimes in the discussion of some of the greatest raw selvage denim ever made. And basically, Left Field NYC is a brand that was built out of a passion project of trying to bring back American-made raw selvage denim, truly American-made raw denim, back into the market, back into circulation, back into popularity. Because up until that point, Japanese-made goods, which were inspired by American workwear, were becoming increasingly popular, and actual American-made goods, as well as manufacturing, started to decline because of so many different reasons: cutting costs, the closures of factories, the lack of talent. I mean, so many different things really hindered the growth of American-made manufacturing. But the owner at Left Field NYC, Christian McCann, said that that was not going to stop him, and he literally did everything he could and stopped at nothing to create the perfect, and I mean the absolute perfect, raw selvage denim that is constructed in America from some of the finest fibers and the finest fabrics that he could find throughout the world. And that's where the ethos of Left Field NYC stemmed from. And recently I was able to visit the Left Field NYC store in Ridgewood, Queens, and many thanks to the generosity and grace of Christian McCann at Left Field NYC and the rest of the team over there, they allowed me to actually shoot inside the store and show you guys exactly what Left Field NYC is at heart. But I do want to say they did just open up their California store on Sunset Boulevard, so if you're in California and you haven't stopped by there yet, definitely go make sure to check that out. But today we're just going to focus on the New York store since that's where I live, and this is the one that basically started it all and grew Left Field NYC from not just a denim brand, but to a full-fledged menswear and centralized men's fashion hub as a whole. I remember the first time that I walked into this store, I immediately felt a sense of what Left Field NYC was at its core. I mean, this is truly American-made excellence at its absolute finest, and the entire store is flooded with American-made, hard-wearing, durable clothing, which again was the ethos of Christian when he started Left Field NYC. He didn't really want to recreate the repro piece when it comes to a flannel shirt or a raw denim jean or a t-shirt. He really wanted to perfect them with a kind of sense of heritage style, but his main goal was to make clothes that lasted a long time, that looked good, that fit well, and most of all, that just felt good to wear them. And you immediately see that when you step into the store, which is nicely organized from shirts on the right to jackets on the left. Right centerfold in the entrance of the store is these gorgeous accessories, some of which are actually made in the knitting mill, literally right down the block from Left Field NYC. And this also happens to be the same exact knitting mill that actually makes their knitwear, such as their sweaters, which are absolutely beautiful. I love wearing these. They feel so good. Some of them are hand knit, some of them are finer gauge. There's no wonder why these are some of the most hard wearing and some of the most gorgeous sweaters that you could get, which just goes to show that Left Field NYC does not just carry the New York or NYC title just to have it. They literally are a brand that manufactures clothing in New York too. I mean, that's really going the extra step and the extra mile to really solidify and earn the title of a brand that is literally born on New York City soil. They also do chain stitching for their garments as well as outside garments if you wanted to do that, and it's all done in store on their original chain stitch machine, which is really expensive to get, and not many people really know how to use this machine. But again, it just goes to show exactly how much Left Field NYC truly values expert construction and durability in their clothing. Now, the thing with Left Field NYC is, yes, they were born out of raw denim. Christian McCann actually told the story one time in one of his interviews, I believe, where he actually would get out of his apartment by having to step over boxes and boxes full of denim jeans. But eventually, over time, Left Field got a little creative and they were able to start manufacturing 100% American-made t-shirts, once again with American-grown cotton, which we hadn't seen in years and years up until that point. When Left Field NYC first started in 1998, Made in America clothing really wasn't as strong as it is today, and it also was a lot more limited than what it was today. You did not have as many mills, you did not have as many knitting facilities, you did not have professionals or people that were interested in clothing at that time. Everybody was importing goods and manufacturing overseas. But Christian McCann's mission at Left Field NYC was to change that sentiment and bring back and repopularize the American-made raw denim jean and American-made clothing, which is why he ended up developing new patterns and new styles of shirtings with elbow patches that were meant to help and avoid elbow blowouts, exquisitely made denim jackets with different washes or sometimes raw, and eventually he got creative and started sourcing extravagant extravagant fabrics and amazing fibers from around the world, such as authentic donagles, natural indigo Indian khadi denim, and even Japanese washed down sateen fabrics. I mean, Left Field NYC basically grew and evolved into a brand that wanted to get creative with the American heritage and basically diffuse with some of the best materials around the world. And that to me is so incredible, and it kind of mirrors being an American and mirrors New York in a way where we're kind of a melting pot and put together some of the best things from around the world and have them all in one place. And that's kind of the sentiment that I get from Left Field NYC, is that they are literally the best of everything when it comes to fabric, to style, to manufacturing. I mean, these guys are the epitome of timeless heritage, long-lasting, durable goods that are made in America and made in New York. Some of my favorite garments from them are my 18-ounce loom state raw selvage denims that have this absolutely amazing hairy texture to them. They have this really nice heavy weight, but it still feels very smooth across the skin. It doesn't feel too abrasive, much like you would get from a very heavyweight jean. And I mean, listen, 18 ounces is nothing to scoff at because those really are a heavy jean, but it doesn't feel uncomfortable to wear them. Another one of my favorites, which I literally wear all the time, it's one of their new releases, is the Left Field NYC Army Green Fatigue Sateen Pant, which I know you guys have seen in a couple of my videos before. And these are also meant to fade down, much like how an older sateen fabric is meant to start to patina over time. It's not exactly like a raw denim, but it is interesting to see the fading capability of something like this. And the fabric is just so lightweight, and you can even wear it in the summer. And another one of my favorites that Left Field has always been super consistent with, I always talk about these on my channel, the Left Field NYC t-shirts are genuinely one of my favorite t-shirts that I've ever owned because they just feel so good, and they're literally modeled after a kind of 1950s kind of cut with the shorter shoulders, the shorter sleeves, the very straight body. I mean, these are the perfect heritage style t-shirt, and they release these in so many different colorways, so many different fabrics. The latest one in the bunch is the Japanese Wakayama heavyweight, which is this incredible slubby t-shirt that I've basically never even seen in t-shirts before. I didn't even know this was possible. The texture, the construction, the feel, the weight, I love this t-shirt. And don't get me wrong, it definitely is dense, which adds to the durability, but it's super breathable and is literally perfect for the summer. I wear mine all the time in literally 85-degree plus weather, and I'm perfectly fine. I don't even break a sweat in these. But if you guys do run hot and you want something a little bit more drapey, they also have the hemp and cotton t-shirts. And I love hemp cotton blends because they kind of feel like a wrinkle resistant linen in a sense, because they actually hold their shape very well. And I mean, the drape, the feel, the breathability in these is completely unmatched. I'm also a huge fan of Left Field NYC's jackets. One of my favorites is the Vidalia Mills washed down type 2 denim jacket from Left Field NYC. And one of my favorite things about this is the green details. I mean, the Left Field NYC green that you see on most of their garments, from what I understand, is actually inspired by the green that was used on heritage style workwear and mechanics uniforms way back when. And this is basically Left Field's nod back to making things the way that they were when they were great. So you'll see this lovely Kelly green stitching on a lot of their garments, which is just kind of Left Field NYC's thing. And I love that. I love that style of branding. I love the look, and it really helps the garments hang nicely with each other, much like you see when you walk into the store. I mean, everything just works with each other. Left Field NYC has no shortage of amazing quality made garments made in America with exquisite fabrics from all over the world, and is literally bringing back the heavy importance and a new perspective on American made clothing and just the way that we hold on to our clothing, how we wear it, and how we view it as a whole. These are truly investment pieces because every Left Field NYC garment you're getting upholds a high standard of quality that the brand Left Field NYC can put their stamp of approval on, which gives you the promise that these garments are gonna last you a very, very long time. Big shout out to Left Field NYC for letting me shoot inside this store. I really love and appreciate you guys. I love the garments. I love everything about the ethos of Left Field NYC. If you guys are in New York and haven't checked out the Ridgewood Left Field NYC store, definitely make sure to go check that out. The address is going to be in the description. And if you guys aren't in New York, make sure to stop by their site because you'll find everything you find in store all on the site too. And if you're in California, make sure to visit the store. They just opened up. The store looks truly incredible. I can't wait to visit myself, and make sure to drop by and show some love and support. All in all, I've loved Left Field NYC and their clothing since literally when I was in high school, when my brother found them on Heddles, and they've honestly been super consistent with their product ever since. So definitely make sure to check out Left Field NYC. You won't be disappointed. Make sure to show some love. And with that being said, guys, I'm super late for work as always, so I gotta close this out. But with that being said, thank you guys again, and I'll see you next week.